Okay, so here we go. This is going to be part one, and I don't know how many parts there will be. I'm going to try to keep it down to 3 parts. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I really don't want to go more than that. I want to keep it as minimal as I can, just so it's not a long, dragged out process. So, what the heck am I talking about? Let's get into that. Okay, so it's all washed up. I ripped these body moldings off it already. Both sides. We wash it to get all the salt off it. So now, body moldings again off this side right here, all the way down the side. So I'm gonna take the back rack off, the mirrors, window louvers all gotta come off, or rain guards, whatever you call them. And tail lights gotta come out. These lights up here gotta come out. And then we go from there.
Alright, well, this is a freaking project. So here's Randy's truck. Got the grill out, headlights out. Tried to pull the bumper off, but it's got like 100 bolts in it, so I didn't end up doing that. Not looking good. I'll stick my finger behind this thing. We're not pulling these ones off. This one looks pretty clean. We're just going to paint up to it. Back bumper's off. Oh. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. But Randy, he's back there now, wire wheeling the back fenders. Oh. But yeah, that back fender he's working on, we just took a strap and pulled the thing out because it was stuck in there. So now we're fixing these fenders up, and I'm just gonna put some primer on these things, call it a day on those, and then we'll put those covers back on. Alright, well, we're back on the project here. Randy's not here yet. Look at what time it is. 8:06. He's not here yet. He was supposed to be here at 8. And he doesn't even know I'm filming this, which I think is even funnier. So when he goes to edit all this for this video, there won't be any record of it until he goes to edit. I just assume he's out getting breakfast for me. That's the only thing I can assume. But today's work is going to be sanding. We did some sanding yesterday on this side. It's a real pain to do all this sanding. Front fender looking fantastic, but that side of the truck he did by hand. This side I did with the tool. I got it sanded a little bit more with the tool, a little bit more consistent versus what he was able to do with his hand. But his next job is going to be getting in all these little edges, getting close to the door handles, all these seams. I don't know whether you can see that on camera, but there's still some shine there. Some shine back in here. Back of the cab corner, you know, around this door. All this. So that's our job for this morning, and I'm hoping that we can spend another 4 hours getting this thing prepped, masked off, get the shop cleaned up, and hopefully by about noon we'll be throwing some primer down, and I want to get this done today. So alright, let's get after it.
Yep. Any good day starts off with Tim Hortons in Western New York. Isn't that right, Spencer Lilly?
I drop that in my video just on purpose every time you get in a coffee.
That's right. So here we are on day 2. Spencer and I worked till what, 6:37 last night on this thing?
I think it was 9.
It might have been 9. So anyway, did you show this yesterday? I saw you walking around with a camera while I was laying under the bumper.
I don't know if you picked it up. You were...
Oh yeah, because I was being loud. So we found a little issue. A couple little holes right there. Little hole right there. And when we took these wheel flares off. So, and if you think that's bad, I'll show you the other side. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? So that all has to be addressed. I'm not gonna do too much with that. I'm not really worried about it. We're putting the flare back on it, the wheel flare. But if this was gonna be a long-term truck I was overly concerned with, I would definitely just replace these fenders. But what's gonna end up happening with this truck is I'm gonna use it for the rest of this summer here. And then by the end of summer, this truck will be going to Billy and it'll be his truck. And since it's his first vehicle, he is more than likely gonna crack it up, smash it up, do all kinds of stupid shit with it, like we all did when we were 16 years old. So I'm not replacing that fender or the other one. We're gonna clean it up, stop the rust where it's at so it doesn't spread, put the wheel flares back on it. You'll never even know it's there. And we're gonna paint this thing up and pretty much polish a turd. So other than that, the truck is solid. The rockers are solid, the cab corners are solid, behind the bed flares we're good everywhere. There's really no issues, no other rust. It's just those two front fenders. So some people might say, why don't you just replace them then? I just told you why. So anyway, yeah, so we got everything apart back here. The tailgate's over there. I got to start addressing that today, get that taken care of so we can get that sanded. And we're gonna finish sanding this thing out today. I sanded this whole side by hand yesterday. Spencer did the other side with the sander. He's gonna skim over this again one time, and then all we have to do is the hood and the roof, and then this thing's ready for the primer sealer that we're putting on it. And that sits for 20 minutes to an hour depending, and then we shoot the paint right over that. So this thing will be getting paint today. Almost ready for paint, wiping everything down. We call them reinforcements. So we have Mr. Wyatt here helping. Buddy Dan, of course, always helping, regardless of what Spencer says. So everything's almost ready to go. Just doing a final wipe down now. Tailgate over here. And it'll be ready to shoot the primer sealer, which will be gray. I think we got the same stuff that we used on your truck. Yep, and it shoots out gray. They say technically you don't have to go through the clear coat sanding to be able to do it, but then the guy at the paint shop told us you do, so we sanded it anyway. So finish wiping it down and then get the windows trim, get everything taped off, and then we'll be ready to shoot the first coat. Good work. Okay, so we're in the final stage. It just had yet another final wipe down. There's the tailgate and everything is taped off, and it is ready for the first coat of the primer slash sealer. And not worried about the bed. That is going to get Raptor lined like the whole outside of the dually did over the summer. But that's it. Spencer's fancy lift is here, and that's it. Now we start painting. Whose lift is it? Mine. Oh, it's Buddy Dan's lift. And if you guys ever need someone to help you paint or do any kind of work in the shop whatsoever, that's your guy. He'll stay and work while that guy goes and rides a snowmobile and the guy on the other side cries about it.
Did you get that helmet out of here?
Yeah.
All right. How many coats of this did he say?
One.
Which one?
That's what he said.
Just one coat of steel?
That's what he said.
How many did two on yours?
Yeah, we did two on mine, and mine got zebra skin.
I think that's the only reason you did two on.
Okay, so the first coat is done. That is the primer sealer, and we all actually really like the gray that it lays on here. If I didn't want the truck black, I would probably just shoot it with another coat of this and clear coat it, even though it's just a primer sealer. We're digging it. But anyway, so here it is. The whole thing is, it come out really nice. It laid on there really good. And Mr. Spencer Lilly actually did a nice job. We don't want to toot his horn. He gets kind of excited sometimes. But we just shot right over everything. The step bars and everything, because they needed repainted anyway. Even though they're only 3 years old, they already started to rust. That's New York State. So we shot right over top of them. Then we're going to shoot right over them with black. But yeah, that is everything. Of course, this is still tan in here. There's dirt in here. It looks like shit. But this summer, this is going to get washed out real good, and I'll tape off the tops of the bed, and this is going to get hit with Raptor liner like I painted the dually. I already mentioned that. But so that's why we're not touching that right now. I'm not concerned with it. I will get the new logos printed out, same as my new truck, and they will go on the door and on the fender, just like my other truck is. There is the tailgate. So I don't even know if you can see my truck outside. You really can't. It's over there. But anyway, so it will look just like the new truck. It'll be all hot gloss black with my logos on it, just like the other one, and that's that. And it'll be just like the other truck for the remainder of this year, at which point toward the end of the year this will end up being Billy's truck, and I will just have the new one and the dually. That's right, I said dually. Stay tuned for that.